In 1964, the CIA was already studying artificial intelligence. The public wouldn't hear about it for decades. And whatever they were building was never meant to be public. Most people believe the internet was created by academics inside open universities for peaceful communication. That version of the story is incomplete. Declassified documents suggest a very different origin, a story shaped by nuclear fear, espionage, and an early obsession with intelligent machines. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the internet and artificial intelligence were born from the same Cold War paranoia, and why their convergence was inevitable. In the early 1960s, the United States faced a terrifying question. What happens after a nuclear attack? Not politically, not morally, technologically. One missile could destroy centralized communication systems, telephone exchanges, military command lines, government coordination. A single point of failure meant total blindness, and that vulnerability was unacceptable. Inside the Pentagon, researchers began searching for something radical, a network with no center, no hierarchy, no single point to destroy. This wasn't about convenience. It wasn't about speed. It was about survival. In 1962, a psychologist and computer scientist named J.C.R. Licklider proposed a strange idea. He imagined a global network of computers, a system that could continue operating even if parts of it were destroyed. At the time, it sounded unrealistic. Computers were massive, rare, isolated, but the idea was quietly funded. Not because it was elegant, but because it solved a military nightmare. The project became known as ARPANET. Officially, it was research. Unofficially, it was insurance against apocalypse. There was still one major problem. Traditional communication relied on fixed lines. If the line broke, communication stopped. Then came a breakthrough: packet switching. Instead of sending information as a single stream, data was broken into small packets. Each packet could travel independently, finding new routes if others failed. If part of the network was destroyed, the message could still arrive. This technology wasn't designed for efficiency. It was designed for resilience. In October 1969, the first message was sent. It was supposed to say, "Login." Only 2 letters arrived: L, O, an error, but also a symbol. The internet began with failure and adapted. While ARPANET was being built, another project was unfolding in silence, far from universities, far from public view. In 1964, the CIA produced a classified report titled Artificial Intelligence Research in the USSR, 67 pages, never intended for public eyes. The document analyzed Soviet efforts to create machines capable of decision-making, pattern recognition, search algorithms, learning systems, concepts we associate with modern artificial intelligence, already under intelligence surveillance. The conclusion was unsettling. Soviet research was approaching American capabilities. This wasn't academic curiosity. It was strategic fear. If machines could analyze data faster than humans, they could predict behavior, optimize strategy, and dominate intelligence warfare. The CIA didn't want artificial intelligence. They wanted artificial intelligence superiority. For years, these projects evolved separately. One focused on communication, the other on cognition. But separation was temporary. In the 1970s, a protocol called TCP/IP emerged. It allowed different networks to communicate as one. ARPANET became the internet. Then, in 1991, the World Wide Web made it accessible to civilians. At the same time, artificial intelligence research finally gained what it lacked before: massive data, global connectivity, and computational scale. The network built to survive nuclear war became the perfect environment for intelligent machines to grow. This wasn't coincidence, it was convergence. The internet wasn't born free, it was born afraid. Artificial intelligence wasn't created to help users, it was created to analyze threats. Both emerged from the same question: how do you maintain control when the world is on the edge of destruction? Today, we use these systems casually. We scroll, we share, we ask machines to think for us. But their origins tell a different story, one that raises an uncomfortable question. Worth. But their origins tell a different story, one that raises an uncomfortable question. Were these technologies ever meant to empower individuals or to manage them? If this story made you question what you think you know, you're not alone. Subscribe to Polymatic as we continue decoding the hidden history behind the technologies shaping your reality. Because some systems were never designed to be transparent.